Hey everybody, it's Steve. Shortly after I recorded my last video, the Surviving Mars YouTube page was updated to reflect a live stream for today, September 17th. Let's dive into what these streams showed off. Luca and Kim recap the first stream and mention updates to some features between the stream 2 weeks ago and now. This stream did have some technical and audio issues, and there was audio lag in both parts of the stream, so keep that in mind if you go watch the whole thing. A change that was mentioned is that train tracks will no longer supply power, but they do transfer power between stations. The devs might have discovered that the tracks were producing power like solar panels do, but they didn't dive deep into this specific change. It sounds like the devs are trying to squash as many bugs as they can before launch. Speaking of that, people asked about the release date in the stream, something we all want to know. The devs only tease that the release date will be announced soon, but still no firm date. The game voice has changed in this build, and it's not yet known if this new voice will be in the launch release. There are also more notifications that get verbal warnings, including when a building has stopped working, rockets arriving and departing, and heavy drone workloads. I never ran tutorial mode on this game, so this could be something in the base game that I'm not aware of. The consistent verbal warnings could get tiresome in the long run, and it might be an option that could be turned down or just tweaked by players. This stream also touched on politics, and not the politics that leads to arguing with people you've never met on Facebook. As of this stream, it looks like some features we have access to in the game right now will be locked behind laws in Surviving Mars Relaunched. Outsourcing for research now needs to be approved by the Earth Council before you can start spending money on it. I also spotted laws that need to be passed to change residence capacity, costs of buildings, and sponsor research increases. Martian diet, which is currently a breakthrough, is listed as a law in Relaunched. Kim mentioned that laws passed will have upkeep per soul, whether it be research or money. He added that if you have insufficient research or cash for the upkeep, the law will be repealed and you have to pass it again in a future assembly vote. Those votes must pass with a majority, meaning when you have your starting 20 delegates, you need 11 to pass any laws. 10 votes is a fail here. Like the first stream, this one showed off negotiations that lead to the dev colony skipping the rest of the founder stage and the faction promises that need to be kept in order to keep delegates happy. Luca teased there are 3 stages to the assembly in Relaunched, and so far the streams have only shown that first stage. He added that this will get more attention in future streams. The passenger rocket UI was also shown off, and I like how the menus expand to let you pick and choose colonists a little easier. There's a section on the right that shows what the colony has and needs when it comes to new colonists. If you need to bring up a bunch of medics, it'll show you on the right hand side. If you don't watch my playthroughs, I can take a fair amount of time picking my initial colonist. This will hopefully make things go a little faster for folks. If you blinked at the wrong time during the stream, you might have missed the information for the Naturalist habitat. A living space for a small amount of colonists, the colonists living here will not suffer penalties from working outside. This habitat houses its own life support and does not need to be connected to water or oxygen. This is pretty expensive though. 30 concrete, 20 metals, 20 polymers, 10 electronics, and 5 machine parts. It consumes of food, naturally, and has a maintenance of 1 concrete. But it only holds 5 people. I'm curious how this is going to work with maybe hooking in the trains or even remote farming operations. I did spy at one point something called the Mars Reservation in the landscaping tab. Kim and Luca took care to not hover over that item, but the first stream hovered over it for a moment. This blurb only says, preserves a piece of Mars in its original state. I wonder if forestation plants won't affect these areas during the terraforming process. The underground looks much better and has wider tunnels. This I think will give commanders a lot more freedom in how it's built out. The dev's map in particular has the Jumbo Cave, and they've yet to discover the other underground wonder. Hopefully the game will have more than the 4 current ones to let commanders explore more. Before I go, I want to thank Darkmaster8632 on Reddit. They commented that the Earth Embassy and politics buildings were visible in the first stream. I missed it. Thank you Darkmaster for bringing it to my attention, and I'm going to take a moment now to focus on them. Ministry of Economy and Industry. 30 concrete, 10 metals, and 10 polymers to build, 10 power to run with 2 concrete maintenance, and 6 workers per shift. This seems to be the standard with the politics buildings is 6 workers per shift. Its blurb reads, quote, increases export costs and boosts the heavy mining, shift optimization, and underground exploration laws from the economy and industry category. Ministry of IA, still no clarification on what this means yet. 50 concrete and 10 metal to build, 8 power to run, 5 concrete maintenance. The blurb says, quote, reduces building resource costs and boosts education and effective governing laws from the permits and efficiency category. Ministry of R&E does not stand for recon and expansion, but for research and ecology, which makes so much more sense. This item was on screen for 4 frames of my recording of the first stream. 15 concrete, 10 metal, and 5 electronics to build, 15 power, and 1 concrete maintenance. The blurb reads, quote, provides research points and boosts the research focus, safety standards deregulation, and forestation effort laws from the research and ecology category. Both the media and entertainment centers require the Martian assembly, which combined with what we learned from the first stream, means they're likely going to require laws to be unlocked. If the devs keep up this schedule of streams every 2 weeks, we'll get the next one on Wednesday, October 1st. Keep an eye out for that and my analysis video. Don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think so far of the game. Subscribe for more analyses and breakdowns of the streams and dev diaries still to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.